Yep.
Am I right? Am I right?
You got it.
Excellent. Merci beaucoup, monsieur. And we are live. Got it. Okay, great. Oh, Harold and wife are there. Although I'm not seeing his wife. Otherwise, she's going to be embarrassed.
On purpose,
That was intentional.
Okay, I will fake it like I never saw you.
Hello.
So let me see. I can put this into the screen and this. Okie dokie. I think so. Glasses. I can run an organization, but I cannot connect to YouTube. Great. All right. Ventilation, is it okay? Too much? No. It's too much, right? Thank you. Yeah. Off or low? Okay.
Yeah, lower.
I hear you. Amen to that. I know exactly what you mean. Okay, there's circulation now. All right, so you already thought what you want to do. No volunteers from Monday. Yeah, it was pretty good, wasn't it? It was. I don't know. It's like I didn't know that could happen in those little simple exercises. We'll do something. So level of energy today. Is it a 1? Is it a 2? I think that's 2. Or is it 3? 1 being very low, 2 meaning medium, and 3 meaning 1, a 3, a 3, a 2, huh?
9.
Oh my God.
Harold says what? A 9?
9 out of 10.
The scale was from 1 to 3, but okay, I'll do that. All right. So I saw some 2s and 3s and maybe 1, possibly 1. So we'll mix a little bit of that, all that. So very, very gently as I always try to remind myself, right? We are doing yoga, and the intent of yoga is, again, not to be a physical exercise only, right? It's through the physical exercise that we get to other things. But again, it is I can be sitting in this position and be sweating bullets, right? I can be just really perspiring and putting all the energy in just sitting, or I can be moving as quickly as I need to be moving, or having, all kinds of active yoga poses and changing positions. And I can be ultimately relaxed in that as I move and flow without having to do much effort. So it's really my level of intensity. I guess I made the mistake of asking, but it is really what you put into every one of those positions what really matters at this point. And always in yoga, less is more. And what that means is that I don't have to force, I don't have to push, we don't have to look around. This yoga practice, especially in this yoga center, is not about looking around or looking like the ones that we've seen on YouTube, although we're on YouTube too, but or on magazines or whatever we think that yoga should be, right? The perfect yoga pose is the one that is perfect for you right now. And that is the whole point of discovering, where am I in the whole thing? What am I bringing with me? What kind of energy I'm bringing into the yoga practice today? And how I can work with that, and how do I find myself connected to the moment, right? Instead of thinking of all the gazillion things that I think about in my personal, professional, emotional life, I can now focus into that self-care aspect of life. How do I take care of the self. How do I take care of the physical body? How is my body connecting to my thoughts? How's my thinking affecting my actions and behaviors? How is it that I am able to transcend the external input and be able to focus inwardly? And there were things, of course, it's a constant work, right? It's body work. It's a constant work to feel, to start negotiating, to start refocusing, and is the process what's actually where the value is in the yoga practice, right? It's not the end result, it's not the, if I achieve to stand on my head today or not. It's about the process. How do I get there? What is it that I need to do to be able to exhale gently through my nose and then be present? And that exhalation is not just a movement of my lungs, but it's an intention that carries inhalation deep into my body when I breathe in through my nose with my mouth closed and maybe my eyes closed, so I can really focus internally. And what does it look like? And sometimes it's very difficult to close my eyes and concentrate into my exhalation. And sometimes it's super easy to have my eyes closed so I can actually focus on my movement of the abdomen. It's not about steady, it's not about stuck movement, it's about finding my way. So is movement of my shoulders and my head and my neck, my spine able to squeeze as much air of my lungs as possible, and the expansion of my thorax, diaphragm, shoulder blades, spine activates, and the movement of my shoulders and elbows activates that expansion, and then I exhale. And again, the act of exhalation in itself is an act of that goes deep inside. And the inhalation in itself also can be given a lot of significance. So how can I release and clean my desk, clean all the things that I need right now by exhalation, by breathing out, by emptying out, creating space? And the inhalation happens when I actually focus onto what is my intention, what am I bringing into my body, into my energy today, and can I allow one more time to peel another layer? And not holding tight to anything, but allow the intention to bring your intention. What is the intention? What is it that you internally or I internally look for in my spirit? And let the body help me get to that point, to be in the moment, not past, nothing in the past I can change, to learn from it, but inhale and create an intention that this moment is what affects and changes and creates a future that is internal to my heart, to my spirit, and I can allow my body to exhale, to feel that your body moves gently in your last long inhalation. As I expand and open and broaden my body, I can let my shoulders roll back as I exhale and down towards the ground, and let my hands come slowly forward and towards the sky, and I find my hands and arms to reach towards the ceiling, and let my arms become as wide as possible as I exhale. And again, taking the time in between every breath. So as I exhale, I pause for a millisecond and then inhale to create intentions for my breath in, and I observe my body embracing the fullness of my lungs, and I hold and pause for another tiny second. And then as I exhale, my body moves slowly in my arms, and my body is following my breath. It's not the opposite way around. It's the breath that guides how much or fast or strong I need to move, and how exhalation guides the arms and shoulders and spine to move gently towards the ground. One more time, expanding and raising and broadening my heart and torso and fingers, and the exhalation slowly opens in your last full breath in. I feel my body now engaging. Maybe something different about moving my hands and my fingers, that every joint expands and the body exhales slowly into this position, and then allow my body to inhale through my hands just above my head, to slowly extend and reach with my hands in front of my body. If my body needs to roll my legs around, by all means roll my legs around. If I'm able to roll over my shins and come to my shins and knees, let my body slowly come into my shins and knees, and my palms and hands are under the shoulders, and my knees are wide enough and my feet are broad enough that I'm able to slowly shift back my glutes, as if my hands are gently moving towards the heels of my feet, and my spine exhales slowly towards the ground, and I feel my back and shoulders, and then my knees are as wide and as flexed or extended as they need to be. Again, do not compete. It doesn't have to look like anybody else. Feel that your body's fitting into this position. Find the most perfect position for your body to fit into it. And let the exhalation empty through your gut, and find that your head and your neck slowly lengthen away from your body when you inhale. As your body expands forward through your hands and your arms are as wide as need to be, so I can feel my shoulders expanding, and let the exhalation surrender my body weight towards the ground, and it comes closer, and my back becomes longer, and my hips become more active as I inhale, moving my tailbone area farthest away from the crown of the head, if that makes any sense to your body. As my last exhalation happens, slowly to come closest to the ground, bring your body forward into your hands, into your knees. Inhale, raising. And you can feel the body, again, shifting blood flow, right? The blood flow is coming through your legs towards the rest of your torso. Your body's parallel towards the ground. The hands are steady. Again, open your arms at least a shoulder distance from each other, and do not rest on the heel of the hands, because that will hurt. It's a very tender portion of the hands. Use your index, use your thumb, dig them into your yoga mat. Use your pinky to expand the palm of the hand. So the pinky, the wider it is, the less pressure you're going to press into the heel of the hands. The parallel position of your index, or the middle finger, should say, your middle finger is parallel towards the opposite hand, to really find your arms just in the perfect position, and your wrists are not twisted. The elbows, or the crease of the elbows, look towards each other, that your shoulders are strengthening and you're not pushing into them. When your body's ready, allow your body to lean forward, as if your body comes slowly towards your hands, and the entire weight shifts gently. It doesn't matter how far. Do not have to emulate anybody. Feel your body. How far does your body need to go there, and feel that your triceps, that your shoulders are wide. You're not pushing down your shoulders. You're not raising your shoulder blades. Your shoulder blades squeeze towards each other, towards the center of the upper cervical spine, and your jaw draws in. You're not looking up. You're not tensing with your head. When your body's ready, with your tummy strong, you're going to raise your body into hands and knees, and then exhale. Bring your hips towards the heels one more time, stretching, moving your body away from your wrists and the elbows and the shoulder joints, and your head slowly comes towards the ground. And one more time, breathe in and let your body exhale. So your tummy, your entire belly button area, your spine, your neck. One more time, breathe. Broad expansion of the back area as your body exhales. Raise hips, simply come onto hands and knees, even out the position of your body, not overstretch any joint, and then as little or as much as your body needs to, with your elbows tight towards your rib cage. Your chest, if you decide to, does not go any lower than elbow height, and jaw draws in as your body exhales all the way through. Slowly come up. Inhale gently on hands and knees, and then move your hips towards your heels as you exhale, and you find that your knees, your hip flexors are activating, your tummy supports your back. Inhale into long extension. When the body exhales all the way through, come onto hands and knees, and slowly breathe into this position. And let the elbows, one last time, slowly bend forward, elbows tight, chest wide, and your torso comes off the ground as you inhale, slowly breathing in. Allow your body to stay hands into the ground. Your knees come maybe closer to each other to find more balance in this position, and your right knee stays into the floor. Your left leg presses back, and your left heel slowly touches the ground, because the arch of that left foot is exposed towards the yoga mat. And your right and left hand stay steady, and your left hand comes gently towards the hip, towards the waist, towards the leg, or it stays on the ground. And maybe your right hand is not directly under the shoulder, so you're not shrugging that right shoulder, but opening your clavicles, and your abdomen supports the position of your back, and your glute muscles activate. So you're really opening the pelvic floor forward, and your rib cage slowly opens, and maybe your left arm comes towards the sky, or maybe the left arm comes over the head, and you can feel the palm of the hand slowly come gently over the head, facing the ground, and you're not twisting your wrist, you're not rotating that inner crease of the elbow, you're maintaining alignment of that front of your abdomen, your biceps, the front of your forearm towards the chest area. That's an expansion of it. Your head looks towards the ground, your head looks towards your chest, your left leg races off the ground if that's what your body needs to do, and you find balance. And you can feel your body now through your right shin, your right knee, your right hand, extending and lifting the left leg a little bit taller if that's even possible for your body. It doesn't mean that you have to. One more time, breathing in When your body exhales, find your belly button area and find the balance. Deep breath. Let your left knee come to the ground. Your left hand also as you exhale towards the floor. Feel your body following the movement, exhaling kindly. Deep breath in. Allow your hips to slowly move back towards your heels. Your hands to slowly stretch gently forward. Your torso to come closer towards your thighs or ground. Inhale, inhale. When your body folds into the extended child's pose, will come slowly into, again, tabletop position, bringing your body on hands and knees. Inhale, inhale, leaning forward as your elbows bend, your torso flies out in front of your body without forcing any joints, and then come back, inhale into the center position. And you exhale on hands and knees as your left knee stays to the ground. Your left hand, as you know, comes slightly forward to the left of your left shoulder, and your right leg stretches back. And maybe the right arch of that right foot touches the ground, and that gives you stability. Maybe your right hand needs to stay on the ground. That's as far as you go. Or maybe your right heel doesn't need to go into the floor. And maybe your right hand comes to your hip, to your waist, to your rib cage, or towards the space above the shoulder, or maybe over the head. And you find your body slowly exhaling and feel that your glute muscles activate, that your hip flexors extend, that your head looks towards the ground. You're not pushing with your shoulders towards the neck, that you're balancing, that your chest is wide, that you're holding the shoulders in position. One more time, find the extension. Less is always more in yoga. And maybe your right leg, when you're ready, if you're ready, allow your right leg to come taller and farther off the ground with your toes pointed, your toes only flexed, or the entire foot flexing, and see what activates into your body, into your torso, into your thighs. Beautiful. Can you breathe in? Find your balance. Feel that your right foot is stretched in such a way that your shin is closest to the ground, even maybe by twisting a little bit that heel outside your body on the bottom foot, makes your shin closer to the floor, or your left foot, I should say. One more time, breathing in. And when your body's ready, with your exhalation, bring your right hand, your right knee slowly come towards the floor. Exhale kindly, breathe into this position, center position, and move back. Move your hips towards your heels and your hands to stretch forward, your spine to slowly fold, your abdomen contract. Open your back as your lungs press into the inside of your thorax. And when your body exhales, your diaphragm, raise your torso and hands and knees to your own pace, not my pace. Your breath marks the bending of the elbows forward as if your chest and shoulders become stronger and triceps engage, and then come back into hands and knees. When your body exhales, flex your toes, hands under the shoulders, and then raise your knees. It doesn't mean that your knees have to be stretched. Bend your knees as much as possible. Raise your heels off the ground and move your thighs into your tummy as if you're flexing your knees deeply, and your knees move forward and your heels come off the ground without twisting your ankles. And your body weight shifts towards the glutes, towards the back of your body, away from the wrists and hands. Index, thumb, pinky, middle finger. Allow your head to look towards your toes, towards your knees, towards your belly button area. Let your back be long and flat. Do not use your head. Do not break that extension through the neck area. When your body exhales, lengthen the body slowly. And then as you inhale, strong glute muscles and thighs, and release your knees towards the ground. Beautiful. Deep breath in. Exhale all the way through. Right hand into the floor, left leg stretches back, left heel to the ground, left hand into the hip or stays on the floor, left leg comes off the ground, left arm towards the sky, maybe left hand over the head, and observe your tummy. Observe one more time. Activate extension, find your balance. You have muscle memory into your body now. When your body's ready, exhale your left hand and left knee to the ground, softly breathing out. Inhale into the center pose. Move your hips towards your heels as your knees flex and you stretch your ankles, open your toes, soften your head. One inhalation into this pose. Rest any part of your body that is overworked. Pay attention to your body. Listen to what your body is telling you as you inhale. Raise onto hands and knees. Breath in. Exhale all the way through. Left knee into the ground. Left hand forward and to the left of the shoulder. Right leg inhales to the back. Maybe drops the heel. Arch to the floor. Breath in. Right hand towards the hip, towards the sky. Right leg off the ground. Floor towards the chest, towards the right thumb. Find your balance. Deep breath. And exhale, slowly engage one more time. strong muscles. Breath in. And when your body's ready, exhale your right knee, your right hand slowly towards the floor. Breathe kindly. Breath in with hands even, knees even. Flex your toes as your head and shoulders relax, and then raise your knees. Flexing your knees, thighs come towards your tummy. Tummy comes towards your thighs, and your head looks towards your toes, towards the ground, towards the belly button area, towards the chest area, with your knees as flexed and your heels as high off the ground as possible. Just rolling over the ball of your toes, breathing in. Is your body connected to your thumbs? The pinky is wide enough. When your body is ready to exhale, flex, flex, flex deeply through your hip flexors as you press your glutes tall and high. Exhale and release your knees towards the ground. Slowly soften, very gently. Allow your right hand to slowly move in front of your body as the shoulder to the right of the right shoulder as well. Right knee to the floor. Your left leg opens up one more time towards the floor or off the ground, gently observing the body. Allow your head to slowly stay steady, or maybe your left knee bends and your left hand reaches slowly for your shin, for your toes, for your foot, towards the arch of that left foot, and then slowly kick lightly into it without pushing off the shoulder. And find your balance and open your torso. Your chest is broad. You're looking towards the ground. Your drishti is towards your chest, towards the sky. Find your neck. Find your balance, inhaling. Exhale one last time. Can you squeeze and open those muscles of your glutes, inner thighs? When your body's ready, allow your left knee to slowly come towards the ground, your left hand to slowly settle. Deep breath in, palms of hands steady, hips towards the heels. Exhale, exhale all the way through. Drop your torso, come slowly forward on hands and knees. As you breathe in, move your body. Less is more. Exhale, bend the elbows, chest active, shoulders broad. Come back, inhale into this position. Exhale, slowly flex your toes. Raise your knees with your knees flexed and your heels highest off the ground on the ball of your toes, looking towards your navel. One more time, breathing in. And then exhale, move your hips, or your knees, I should say, towards the ground as your body exhales. Left arm forward, in front and to the left. Right leg back, heel to the ground. Maybe your right leg opens. Maybe your right hand comes towards the hip, towards the leg, towards the sky, towards the space above the head, palm of the hand facing the ground. Or maybe your right knee slowly bends and you can feel your hand coming on top or under that right foot, and you kick lightly into it to open the chest and your head. Again, your drishti, where does it go? Can you observe your body? Squeeze your belly, open your shoulders. 2 more times. Inhale. Feel your muscles, your glute muscles, activate your thighs, open your inner thighs broadly as you're inhaling. And then as you exhale, release kindly, slowly, hand and arm gently towards the ground. Breathe out, soften. Allow your hips to move one more time towards the heels. It doesn't matter how close you come towards the heels. Bring your hands around next to your knees, next to your ankles, head slowly hovering towards the ground. Doesn't mean touching. Breathe in, and then let the palms of the hands elevate, facing up towards the sky, towards the ceiling as you contract your triceps and your shoulder blades shift towards each other and your head lengthens and your tummy tucks. Instead of pushing with your belly towards your thighs, you're retracting. Every time you move air out of your lungs, the abdomen, diaphragm contracts, and you inhale, expand your shoulders, not the belly. And then exhale, flex through your abdominal cavity. One more time, exercise those abdomen muscles. One more time, inhale, engaging your triceps, raising your arms a little bit longer, not just your wrists, the entire tricep area, the back of your arm from elbow to shoulder, shoulder blades retract towards each other as you inhale. And then exhale, your hands slowly down towards the ground. Find your body walking slowly, your fingers forward until your hands come slowly onto the ground under the shoulders, and you breathe. And let your right knee stay steady, stability through your right hand, right knee. The left knee slowly opens to the left side of your body and off the ground and into a very nice hydrant position. The right hand shifts a little bit to the right side of the right shoulder and open your inner thigh. Squeeze your toes, point your toes, flex. The heel of your foot opens, and then imagine I'm going to hold you from the ankle of that left foot and raise that leg a little bit taller and feel the inner thigh coming a little bit taller, and do not lean onto that right shoulder. That right shoulder is not lower, it's wider. So your chest becomes parallel towards the ground. One more time, breathing in. When your body is ready, exhale and release the left knee towards the ground. Deep breath in. Hand Right hand under the right shoulder, switching left arm opens a little bit wider, and raise your right knee. Flexing toes, pointing the heel out, pointing the toes away from your body, open your inner thighs as if you're actively stretching your legs away from each other. Knee is exactly outside the hip, not in front, not behind, just outside the hip. And breathe in, squeezing. Is your jaw, are you biting? Are you forcing your breath? Your breath is a telling point if you're overdoing a position. Are you inhaling naturally? Can you find your facial expression or wherever you hold tension to not be, again, focusing to that space that you can allow your last exhalation, abdomen, diaphragm, inhale, and your right knee settles into the floor. Exhale, kindly allow your hands to come under the shoulders as you breathe in. Neutral position, settle your back, your neck, your shoulders, flex your toes. Less is more. Allow your knees to come off the ground. And then slowly this time, you're going to stretch your legs and press your heels one at a time as if you're just walking one foot first. Doesn't matter which foot. And then flex the other and then switch as you exhale opposite direction. And again, start walking gently as if the barrel of your chest moves with every heel coming towards the ground. So it's not just the heels and the calves, but it's the entire space from the underarm that moves through the heel to the ground and stretches those intercostal muscles, and your head is looking towards your toes, towards your knees, and slowly through your breath, inhale, rotating, moving, stretching, soften your toes and coming deeper through those muscles on the calves. One more time, breath in. And then as your body exhales, feel your tummy, feel your entire abdominal cavity, rib cage. Last long deep breath in. And as your body exhales, opposite foot slowly flexes into the ground, stretching the heel, raising both heels, bending the knees. Exhale slowly to the floor, breath in. Allow your hands to walk into your knees, into your thighs as your spine raises and you're slowly extending the torso up, arms and shoulders raised towards the sky. Again, we tend to flex the toes and be very wobbly in this position. I invite you to maybe test what it feels like for your body to stretch the toenails to the ground and the arms come as far away from the knees towards the sky, and your knees to find the perfect distance from each other, that your heels maybe roll slightly wider so the top of your feet come to the ground, and that softens the shin or the space or the tibia, right? The knee connection to your ankle, that bone in your lower leg to support the balance of your body. And your glute muscles squeeze and your abdomen opens and your head looks towards the sky, towards the palms of the hands. Your fingers come slightly behind your shoulders, not because you're pinching or arching your back to pressure, but to extend the front. That your glute muscles hold the hips and you move the center of the connection of both pelvic bones forward in front of your body, and your belly flattens, and your last inhalation to extend and reach. And as your body exhales, flex slowly as if your abdomen does all the work, and you soften your head and arms towards the ground, and you feel your body exhaling, and you breathe in, and your fingers come slowly under the shoulders, and your right knee stays stable under the right hip, and your left knee slowly opens to the left as the right hand opens wider, and you can slowly hold the knee up and you exhale. And when in this position, stay stable, and it's not your neck, you're not holding through your shoulders, it's your legs isolating, again focusing into the movement. Feel the strength of your body. When your body's inhaling, extend that leg out as you exhale, as if you're just stretching it outside your body, and point your toes. Raise it higher. If I were to hold you from your ankle, raise that leg. Move that leg just towards the shoulder rather than behind the glute. One more time, breathing in. Kick the person to your left. It's okay. One more time, breath in. When your body's ready, exhale and then bend that knee towards the ground. You exhale slowly, soften, breath in. Palms of hands steady to the ground, flexing your toes as you inhale. Soften the shoulders and the elbows, and then raise your knees, raise your glutes, and press away from the hands as your heels and feet walk slowly towards the ground. And you walk softly until your heels feel comfortable, or maybe until your heels come closest to the ground on both legs and your head softly dangles. The shoulder blades are not away from each other, but they roll into your cervical spine, that your tummy flexes, that your glute muscles extend, that your crown of head is farthest away from your tailbone, that your knees are never locked. You don't have to lock your knees. Your knees can be as softened as you need to. Just press, use the midsection, the waist area, the lat muscles to press away from the shoulders, and you don't put pressure on the upper body, but you move into your glutes. When your last long exhalation empties slowly through your diaphragm, raise the heels, and then bend your knees towards the ground. Very nice. Breathe in. Allow your hands to slowly walk towards your knees and thighs, and start one vertebrae at a time, restacking your vertebrae, really placing it intentionally one on top of each other. And your arms keep growing taller and longer towards the sky until your head looks forward. Maybe your head looks towards the space between your hands, and the heels are wide enough that your shins are supporting. You can now engage your glutes, and you open the belly, and you raise your breastbone area, and you find your body extended and reaching. Take as many breaks. Observe your body moving at your own pace. Do not force or tense or add anything that doesn't need to be added at this point. And where is your mind? What are we thinking really right now? Can you allow your body to exhale, to breathe deeply one more time from the entire diaphragm area, and then come up towards the sky as you inhale, and forward towards the ground as you breathe out very, very gently. And your toes slowly, or your hands stay on the ground. Your left knee stays steady. Your right leg slowly opens to the right side of your body, tall as your left arm opens in the opposite direction. So your shoulders remain balanced, and you're not twisting through your scapular area. And you hold, and you're allowing, again, your inner thigh to do the work. If I were to press you from your space underneath your knee, you feel that glute. Your knee is not too far back. It's preferably, if anything, farther forward, but mostly outside the hip. Breathe in, exhale, and your foot and your shin are perfectly aligned. When your body's ready, exhale all the way through. Less is more. Do not force, and do not let me or allow me to force you. And when your body's ready, extend that left leg, or the right leg, I should say, outside of your body. Very nice. And hold it. Strong muscles. Kick through your toes, push through the heel, whichever is most appropriate, and find those muscles. One more time. Breathe in. Very nice. Hold it by your own strength. Excellent. Use your core, your abdomen cavity. One last time. Deep breath. Your leg is not behind, it's slowly wide. When your final long deep breath, are your arms wide enough? Inhale, inhale, and then bend your knee and exhale slowly towards the ground. Beautiful. That's for not coming on Monday. Breath in slowly. Allow the elbows soften, your toes to tuck, and then raise your knees. And allow your heels to slowly press towards the ground into down dog position. Index and thumb, pinky wide. Let's take advantage of this until Vidula comes back. Then this is our favorite position. And Jerry's quote unquote doing yoga online. So let's see if he enjoys this position too. Find your crown head pointing towards the ground. Your glute muscles, your shoulder blades move towards each other. One more time. Exhale, so your calves, hamstrings, glute muscles open. When your body exhales, your tummy. Breathe out and raise your heels. Bend your knees. Exhale. Beautiful. Deep breath in. Allow your toenails to stretch out. Top of your feet. Walk your hands into your knees and thighs and raise, restacking at your own pace. Your breath is going to guide you. How tall and long you reach for the sky. Maybe looking forward in between your shoulders. Maybe looking up towards the sky. Maybe looking behind your shoulders so your arms move slightly wider and farther, and your glute muscles take charge. It's not your back, it's not the lumbar spine, it's your abdomen, it's your glutes, it's your thighs, it's the toenails into the ground. As light or as deep as your body needs to add intensity. One more time. Breath in. As your body exhales, slowly come back. Inhale towards the sky, and let your hands slowly come gently towards the floor. One more time. Palms and hands under the shoulders. Exhale. Right knee stays steady. This time, left leg opens gently, the knee out and wide. Right hand comes a little bit wider. Exhale. If this is far enough, stay right here. If your left leg extends, by all means. Again, these are all the choices for the ones who want, or maybe in a 3 or a 9. Maybe your left hand comes and opens gently and holds the big toe away from your body, and you reach out. Slowly exhale. Very nice. Deep breath. You choose. Is your picking. Are you a 1? Are you a 2? Are you a 3? Are you a 9? Inhaling. And I'm watching for Harold here. Exhale slowly. Last long inhalation. Deep breath. When your body's ready, Allow your left knee to exhale. Your body slowly soften. Beautiful. Deep breath. Fingers, index and thumb, pinky. Make sure your wrists and your elbows are supported, that your shoulders are not tense, and you flex your toes, raising your knees, pressing back into your heels, soften your neck, stretch your back. Allow your right foot to be steady, your left leg to raise up and reach towards the sky as you're looking towards your toes, towards your shin, towards your knee, towards your thigh, and raise. Long extension. Kick lightly into the tip of your toes. If you're pointing your toes, or maybe your toes only are flexing as if you're wearing a high heel, or maybe the heel of your foot is pressing out and you stretch your knee. And exhale, activate your knee. Very nice. One last long session. Can you feel your body away from your hands and wrists? And then your body exhales and release your left foot towards the ground. Raise your heels. Bend your knees towards the floor. Exhale all the way through. Beautiful. Deep breath. And when your body exhales, allow your left hand to open wider, your right knee to come off the ground. Are you a 1? Is this too much of a 1? Are you a half right now? Can you place your knee a little bit lower? Maybe your body is into a 9 and you can reach your right hand into your big toe and you extend and reach and you hold and support and you breathe. Do not force breath in. Hold your body into perfect position. Observe your breath. Are you grinding through your teeth? Are you frowning? Are you tense into that position? Or are you really supported? One more time. Strengthen your glutes. When your body's ready, inhale, and then exhale and bend and soften and relax. Beautiful. Deep breath. Allow your elbows to come towards the ground, the forearms to come to the floor, the palms of the hands to slowly face towards the ground, your elbows to be about shoulder distance from each other, not wider than that. The palms of the hands look towards each other as if their thumbs are overlapping. Maybe your index finger or your pointing finger forms a diamond or a triangle, better, through your index pointing in the same direction to barely touch. Your toes flex, your head drops, you're never raising your head. Allow your abdomen supports and then press through your forearms, your knees off the ground, and the crown of the head is not touching the floor. Your legs come as close for higher intensity towards each other or a little bit wider, closer towards each other and closer towards the elbows. You find your intensity and feel that your forearms press enough, not through the elbows, not just through your wrists. So the head and the crown of the head is farthest off the ground, although you're looking towards your toes, you're looking towards your knees, you're looking towards your navel, you're looking towards your chest. Breathe in, exhale. Can you find that flexion that supports the strength of your upper body and glute muscles in your last long deep breath? Observe your body and then exhale and then slowly soften your knees. Very nice. Find your body to slowly come gently on hands and knees. Deep breath in, exhale all the way through. Slowly open your legs wide enough that you can feel the shins and the top of your feet, and your body walks with the hands towards your knees and thighs, and slowly restack your vertebrae, consciously and aware of the movement. The shoulders widen, your hands come slowly towards the sky, and you breathe in. You're going to clasp hands together above the head area, so your index or maybe your knuckles press up towards the sky, your glute muscle support, and your body exhales. You allow, again, any other of these are just options for your body. Stay exactly where you need to be, and your head slowly looks towards the wall behind you as an option. Your body starts moving farther behind your hips if you need to, engaging the glute muscles, the grounding muscles on the thighs, on the glutes, on the abdomen, on the hip flexor area. Lengthen the spine, not crunching the spine, if that makes any sense to your body. So if I were to hold you from your ribs and then slowly press your knees down and raise you from the ribs away from that waist, that's the sensation of the spine. Support it. Last function. Find those delicate muscles. We might have really huge muscles externally, but those muscles that support those joints in a very subtle way. Breath in. Last time. Exhale and breathe. Trust your toenails. Come up, inhale towards the sky. If you're lifting, and exhale slowly towards the ground. Breathe out, find your body exhaling. Breathe in, fingers and hands, and let your right knee steady towards the ground and your right elbow and forearm rested on the floor. So your right elbow is not under the shoulder, slightly wider and to the right of the right shoulder. And the left leg presses off the ground or stays on the floor for balance. Your left hand stays or your left leg extends and you feel your body slowly stretching. And maybe your left hand comes towards your thigh, towards the hip, towards the waist, above the head area. You look towards the ground, towards the chest, towards the sky. Breathe and exhale. Can you find your body, again, opening those hips? Feel that your leg is really active. If I were to hold you from beneath that left ankle and raise your leg a little bit deeper, can you find those hips, inner thigh muscles, that those subtle muscles, not the big muscles that make the big movement all the time. Those are important too, but those subtle muscles that hold the joint, that you can now focus and observe your body to breathe in deeply and let the exhalation slowly release that left hand, left knee to the ground. Slowly come back with your right hand under the shoulder, knees hip distance as you already know, jaw and spine and shoulders, breath in, let your body exhale. Flex your toes, fingers and hands, raising to down dog, pressing back into your heels, slowly soften the spine, deep breath in. Did we raise the right leg in this position? No, okay, good. So now I'm hungry for that left leg to stay on the floor and the right leg to raise up. And you find your body to now stretch, not raising the heel, it's staying as close to that left heel into the ground as possible. And your left knee needs to be bent as much as you need to. And your right hip, just give it freedom. Give your right hip to move, to open, to rotate a little bit if it needs to raise it deep from your tummy, to find your glute muscles and your lower back muscles. Beautiful. Kick through your toes, through the heel of your foot, whichever it is. So your ankle and your knee is held, your calf is active. One more time. Allow your jaw to be drawn in. Focus in your body. Take a long, deep breath in. And when your body is ready, exhale that right leg slowly towards the ground. Beautiful. Raise your heels. Bend the knees. Exhale. Deep breath. Allow your forearms to settle towards the ground and your hands to slowly come closer towards each other, forming that perfect triangle position. So your left elbow, as you know, is not directly under the shoulder, so the shoulder is never floating over that elbow, but the elbow gives a little bit of farther movement forward, so your shoulder is always connected to your clavicle, and your clavicle into your chest. Your left knee steady, and your right hand opens, your right elbow opens, your right leg opens to the side of your body, right hand stays on the floor. Right hand comes from the ground into your leg, into your hip, into your waist, towards the sky, and you breathe in. And you exhale slowly. Palm of the left hand supports you. The forearm supports into the ground. It's not just the wrist, it's not the elbow. Can you breathe? Are you still with your breathing? You find your body. Can you connect to the muscles that are moving inside? One more time. Raise through the inner thigh. Squeeze. Very good. Are you relying only into that right glute, or can you find that left glute and inner thigh supporting and raising both hips? Kind this off the ground. And as your body exhale, release and soften the knee and the leg and the hand, the arm, and your body exhale slowly. When your body is ready, allow the inhalation, the exhalation to flex the toes, and this time you're going to raise your knees, find your heels steady into your perfect down dog position with your head pointing the crown towards the ground, looking into your toes, into your heels, into your knees, into your thighs, into your belly, and your arms stretch the weight away from the wrists and press it back into your glutes. Beautiful. Can you breathe into it? And so what are we holding into your calves? Is it okay to investigate? What is the sensation? Can we relate to that feeling on the calf muscles, or those meridians, right? Those lines of energy that connect our calf muscles through the spine, through the leg area, through the base of the head. Last time, can you observe the body just surrenders? How many times we have just come short of, again, our expectation rather than our intention. Can you find your body, that sense of grace as you exhale, and then walk your feet and toes forward towards your hands, and then slowly walk your feet right in between your hands towards the top of your yoga mat, with your knees as bent as needed, with your heels as firm into the ground, your fingers, fists, palms, hands touching the floor, with your knees as bent, as I said, as possible. Well, pointers is to remember to have the toes closer than your heels. Your heels are about 2 or 3 inches apart, while the inside of the toes maybe touch each other. And you're looking at your toes and your ankles, and you'll find that the arch of your foot is not sinking in one foot more than the other, that your kneecaps are not rotated, that your lifting actually your kneecaps by contracting your thighs, and your neck is slowly long. You're not looking towards the ground, you're looking towards the space between your legs, as low as your ankles or as high towards your belly or groin area. And your shoulders and arms relax. And when your body's ready, allow the exhalation to slowly empty, and maybe your hands carry up towards your shins, and maybe this is as far as you're going to go. Maybe your hands walk up to your knees, maybe your arms slowly walk up towards your thighs, towards your hips, towards your waist, or maybe slowly all the way towards the sky. So you can feel that your shoulder blades are the one hugging towards each other, while your triceps contract and your index finger points towards the ceiling, and your body flexes, and the crown of it slowly points away from your tailbone. Again, hug my finger in between your shoulder blades. And the palms, hands slowly may look towards each other, so you can find that squeeze deep into those muscles. Yes, so that opens the shoulder blades, the shoulders, I should say, and the shoulder blades contract. Very nice. One more time, breath in. If I were to slowly move your shoulders deeper in, find your chest extending, deep breath in. When your body's ready, allow your hands to slowly come towards the ground, bending the knees. Exhale, exhale, and let your fingers brush through the ground and raise towards the sky. Lift all the way towards the sky, deep breath in, reach, 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 hands together above the head, softly as you exhale, index, the pointing finger points towards the sky and ceiling, and your body lengthens. Heel of the hands touch, right foot steady, left leg takes one step to the side and one step behind. So your right foot is wide enough. Your right foot walks, if necessary, towards the right edge of your yoga mat. And instead of turning the hips, you're going to maintain the left hip exactly next to or to the left of the right hip. So your hips are just parallel towards the top of your yoga mat. You're not rotating the hips. To align the body, find that your left foot is steady, that your right foot is steady, your hands extend, deep breath in when and if your body's ready. Can you find that you're not arching the spine, that you're carrying through your belly, that you're carrying through your ribs? If I were to just wrap a big towel around your waist and just hug it and tighten it, your entire core muscles, you have a natural girdle. You don't have to buy one. You have one. God has given you one right there. We don't use it very much except for some delicious donuts, but let your body to hug through that area and extend your rib cage and shoulders to be broad and tall towards the sky. When your last long inhalation happens, allow your body to exhale, hands slowly forward, your torso starts moving towards your thigh, your right knee bends as much or as little as you need to, and your fingers come towards your ankle, towards the toes, towards the ground if that's necessary, and your body exhales with your left leg staying behind, your torso slowly moving forward, and your body exhales. Feel that your jaw draws in and you're lengthening. Every time that you breathe out, you're not resisting, but you're letting your body slowly reach into it. Right? We tend sometimes to find the body just tighten up. Can't go any further, then don't go any further, but just let your body find the perfect spot where you can actually let go. And then the breath immediately will tell you, I've reached that perfect position where my body just feels comfortable. And it's okay sometimes to feel in the challenge space when and if my body's ready. Can I find my head that is really pointing away from my tailbone? It doesn't matter how far. Or am I still contracting through the neck? Is my neck still tight? Am I trying to hold through my shoulders, right? That's simply a symbol that we want to control things and carry the weight of the body and the world on our shoulder area. Can we let that go and let your left hand stay on the ground, your right hand come towards your right foot, shin, knee, thigh, hip, waist, and maybe slowly open towards the sky. And I rotate so my shoulders are broad, the chest extends through the palm of the right hand, and I find my body rotating, not because I'm pushing through my glutes, I'm actually opening through the oblique area. So can I find my right oblique muscles, the muscles that wrap around my waist on the right side, that move and create a natural, easy, perfect torque. And it doesn't have to look like anybody else's. Imagine I'm going to touch you from the front of that right shoulder, right between the clavicle or where the collarbone enters into your shoulder joint, and I press softly into it. So it's not the shoulder, but it's the chest that opens. Let your body one more time to extend and reach. That I'm not flexing the right shoulder. and the exhalation. So where do I feel that? As your body brings your right hand towards the ground, the right knee slowly bends, slowly move your left leg forward. We find ourselves exactly where we started, with your hands into the ground, right next to your toes, heels wider than your toes. Your hands start walking up your shins, up your knees, up your thighs, rolling until you restack your body, finding, is there a need to readjust, to micro adjust the body? Those micro adjustments, as I always remind ourselves, are hugely important to listen to your body. What is your body asking you to do? Can you squeeze the glutes to activate, to open the hip flexors, antagonistic muscles, and open the arms towards the sky as I breathe in and the fingers interlace, coming into steeple pose. One more time, index finger towards the sky, abdomen, instead of arching like a gymnast, so the tailbone doesn't come back, the tailbone, quite the contrary, tucks under, as if you had a long tail that wants to come in between your inner thighs. And so that means that your sacrum is going to shift under, your glute muscles are going to activate, and your abdominal muscles are really going to start holding that position. So your back is not arched, your back is lengthened. Breath in, exhale slowly. Is that okay if I teach you from your back? Inhale slowly, very nice. And then your body exhale, very nice, deep. Inhale and exhale, slowly, tuck slowly into the position. Very good, that's right. Breath in, right? Feel that tilt of your hips. Allow your hips to slowly come just in, and raise your shoulders. One more time, breath into this position. When your body's ready, exhale, exhale, and let your right foot gently come to the right side of your body as you breathe in, and then all the way behind, and your feet are wide enough, hip distance, never locking your knees. Allow your left foot to come towards the left edge of your mat, your right heel to be firm into the ground, not the toes of the right foot. And my hips are not rotated. I'm not looking to the right side of my body, and looking and intentionally squaring my hips and shoulders forward towards the top of your mat. Breath in as the body exhales. Is your abdomen again in charge of supporting that lower back area? And imagine, look with your mind's eye, the inner lining, right? The muscles in the inside of your abdominal cavity behind the entire digestive tract and the entire digestive organs, behind your intestines, behind all those adjacent muscles that support, or organs support, the digestive system, your pancreas, your spleen, your liver, even behind your kidneys. What are those muscles looking like from inside? When your body's ready, take your last lunge, engage your glutes, press your heels, not your toes, and then slowly bend the elbows and reach slowly towards the ground, as if your left hand and right hand come towards your thigh, and maybe your knee, and maybe your shin, and maybe the ankle, and maybe your toes, and maybe gradually comes towards the floor, and your left knee bends as much as needed, and your jaw draws in, and your forehead slowly comes towards your shin. Doesn't mean touching, because it's not possible for many of us to come into one single movement. And then we start feeling not only the muscles, but there's a sheath of tissue that is connective of every other part of your body, from the sole of your foot towards the base of your head, and even wrapping around your skull, right? That very fascia is a very thin white layer for the ones who are still eating animals. I don't know how many are there in this world, but those people that still eat animals, you have seen those when you maybe, unfortunately, look at their corpse and you put them into the fire. Some people call that cooking. Find that you have those sheaths of tissue, the connective tissue, and let those connective tissues happen in the same way here, to let them stretch and lengthen. And you can feel that, again, that connectivity that aligns all those parts of your body, from the foot to the back of your head, to the skull area. One more time. Your right hand now stays steady towards the floor, tip of the fingers, fist or full hand, and the left knee is as bent as you need to, and your left hand comes towards your knee, towards your shin, towards your thigh, maybe higher towards your waist, towards the hip, or maybe all the way towards the sky, because your head looks towards the ground, towards the chest, or towards your left thumb is your prerogative, and you find your body. If I were to press you from your clavicle, so make sure the shoulder is not the one engaged, and your body exhales. Very nice. And the palm of your hand is just an extension of your chest. Can you find that your hand is just moving your chest? Very nice. And then instead of arching down the spine, lengthen it. And then press back through that back leg. Beautiful. Breath in and twist. Imagine that your torso is twisting through the waist, right? Exhale slowly. And is your head, chin away from your throat or into your throat? So your neck is never tense. Excellent. That's it. When your last two breaths, can you find the last long position? Can you feel your shoulders really broadening? In your final long deep breath into this position, exhale and release that left arm very, very gently towards the ground. And then walk kindly your right foot forward. You started just in this position a few seconds ago, and let your body slowly move wide and arms towards the sky, and you extend tall towards the ceiling. This time you're going to bend your fingers behind, or cross your fingers behind the back of your head towards the root of your neck or the root of your head. The heel of the hands hold the head area while the elbows are wide and your biceps contract. Create a muscle into your bicep, and then release your shoulders. So your shoulders open and you open your chest. So you're now extending the pectoral muscles, right? We tend to hide in, again, that beauty that we all have inside. That heart center is hidden and sometimes just burdened by all these external things. Can you open your heart? Can you expand and lead, as they say in yoga many times, to lead a position through your heart chakra and let your heart open while your head is just supported through the tip of the fingers. And maybe your glutes activate and you find the heels and you extend your toes in such a way that the toes are only expanding and increasing the surface area of the sole of your foot into the yoga mat, and your body lengthens away from the glutes. Lengthen your spine and see what happens. If I were to place my hand right behind your shoulder blades, can you feel that your abdomen is holding the position, that this distance between the end of the sternum, right, that very tip of that bone that connects most of your ribs, lengthens away from the pubic area, and you feel your body just reaching back and your belly extends. Last full exhalation. Can you really open the body, not to pinch, but to really open and come up towards the sky? Breath in, and then bend all the way forward, slowly towards the ground. Your knees do not need to be locked. You know that your toes closer than your heels. You look to check your alignment between your ankles and your toes, your feet, your kneecaps, and your body surrenders, and you bow completely into this position, into Uttanasana, or a soft Uttanasana position. And again, the crown of the head. We tend to look out. We tend to look towards the ground or to look forward. Tuck in the chin. Lengthen by a simple movement of maybe your jaw and the position of your tongue, or the position of your lower mandible or jaw, to align or realign the entire spine. And what does it feel like? And how is the effect of that into the lumbar spine, into the base of your back? And what is the effect of that into your glutes? And how is that affecting the position of your power toe, your big toe? And can you allow your breath one more time to really surrender, that your upper body from the waist towards the shoulders and head release, not because you're forcing, you're letting gravity fold your body all the way towards the ground. When your body exhales all the way through, we're going to bend the knees, inhaling, and you're going to shift your weight towards your glutes, and you're going to open your arms softly outside your shoulders. So your torso remains as parallel towards the ground as your body allows it, and your hips lower as much as your knee height, not lower than that. And the knees do not separate. Make sure that your inner thigh and outer thigh connect your kneecaps forward, that you're not rolling them. And again, it takes a lot of awareness. And how do you train that? How do you open your arms? Not behind towards the hips, but exactly outside the shoulders. Can you find your chest one more time and lead through your heart? Breathe in, open, extending. Feel that your fingers are broadened. When your last two breaths, slowly, I'm going to penny touch you softly through your hands and feel your body just engaging. Beautiful. When your body, very nice. Now you can align the opposite as your body exhales all the way through. Come back, inhale, and down towards the ground, breathing out, walking your hands up your shins and thighs, not because of your back muscles, as you already know, it's through your legs, and you feel your body inhale. And you feel your body exhale, slowly staying steady through this position. Allow your hands to come towards your waist. So your index wraps through the iliac crest forward and your thumb towards the back of your iliac crest, right? Or the crest of your ilium. And find that your hands are really wrapping. The ilium is your hip bone and your elbows are slowly pointing wide and back. So your shoulders are drawn down away from the ears and your body breathes in. And your jaw is slowly coming towards your chest, not because you're a muscle in it. You're letting your jaw slowly come towards your chest and your chest to raise towards your jaw while your elbows, if I were to touch your elbows with my fingers and move them and shift them gently towards each other. So what is the feeling on your chest muscles? And it's not the belly pressing out, it's softly your glute muscles holding and your rib cage lifting. Your belly raises the ribs. Your belly actually lifts up the thoracic cavity towards your chin. Your shoulder blades shift back. One more time, deep breath. When and if your body is ready, take your last long deep breath into this pose. As your body exhales, squeeze your glutes and then soften your hands and arms. Come back into upright position. Beautiful. Right foot, as we started everything today with our right leg, right foot stays on the ground. The left leg is going to open to the left. I'm going to draw a line through the right toes and heel and place that left foot exactly on that line behind. And your feet are as wide as need to be or as close as need to be. Less is always more. And let your body exhale gently. Allow your right hip. First, we're going to do the counter example of this. So we're going to allow the right hip to sink. So the right hip to come down. So you're stretching all those inner thigh muscles, your right hip to move towards your left inner thigh and your right hand to come towards your right thigh and your torso. The moment your torso starts arching and rolling and you feel that the right side is curling in, you're contracting those muscles, stop and let your right underarm come as far away from that right hip as possible and simply move gently lower with the entire torso, not by curling the torso down. And your right hand keeps moving towards the thigh, towards your knee, towards your shin, towards the ankle. So your right underarm is as far from the hip as possible and not curl into the ground. So feel that if I were to hold you from your shoulder, from the underarm, and then press you or pull you lightly away from the hips, away from the heel, that's the extension that your body needs to feel in this position. Your body exhales slowly into this pose. Let your hand come towards the leg, towards the ground, whichever, it doesn't matter. Tip of the fingers into the floor, in front or in back of your foot. Doesn't matter. Look towards the ground, look towards your chest, look towards the sky or any space in between that is comfortable for your neck. And let your left arm come gently towards the sky and feel that you're not on the ankle, you're not on the knee, your joints are not locked, you're not pushing, you're observing your body. And lean as if you were leaning to a wall behind you. So that left shoulder tends to roll forward in front of your chest. Can you roll it back? Very nice. And fine, excellent, beautiful. And there, again, so many things to just pay attention in this position. Can you feel that your right knee is not rolled in towards the inside of the body, but slowly the inner thigh rolls and aligns that kneecap towards the toes of the right foot. And your body exhales. Less is more. Find your body into that perfect trikonasana, right? That perfect triangle pose when your body's ready. Do not let the shoulder blade be contracted. Feel that your wrist slowly, I'm going to touch you from your wrist. Is that okay? Feel your body inhale and reach. Beautiful. You can reach a little bit farther down if you need to, but let your spine be long and extended. Beautiful. When your body's ready, allow the exhalation to softly exhale. And you can bend your right knee as much as you need to. Inhaling. And then slowly undo. Carry your body slowly back upright. Breath in. And let your body turn towards the back wall. That means you're going to pivot through your heels. And you're going to draw a perfect line through the left foot. Through the toes, the heel. And that imaginary line is where your arch of the right foot is going to land. And your left hip is going to sink in towards your inner thigh as if you're just raising the right hip, the right glutes, and your torso, instead of curling, is going to slowly start traveling. And your shoulders are very wide. You're leading with your heart still. Your left hand comes as close to the ground as you need to. It doesn't have to be. as deeply as you want to, or maybe equal to the opposite side. Find your way into the position. Is your head in the easy position, looking towards the ground, into a neutral position in front of your chest, or all the way into the most challenging position for your neck, looking directly towards the sky, maintaining your alignment? Is your right hand slowly open towards the sky? Back into that imaginary wall behind you. Can you find your inner thigh active in that left leg? Very nice. Deep breath. Is your tummy holding your lower back? Can you feel your shoulders broadening? Can you feel your extension coming from the spine, from the entire torque of your waist? Beautiful. Is your left knee rotated in, or are you still able to align it through that inner thigh strength? Imagine I'm going to touch you side that left knee, and your knee opens wide against that hand outside. Beautiful. And your body exhales. Deep breath. Engage your core. Beautiful. Breath in. Let the exhalation open. Your back is never tense. It's not the shoulders, not the wrist. It's the chest area. Beautiful. And your last 2 breaths. I'm just going to pick on you today. Breath in slowly. Excellent. Very good. Slowly. One more time. Let your body, I'm going to just really lean into it and just challenge you. Excellent. When your last long deep breath, can you find the extension that breathes and opens the exhalation all the way through? Last breath in. I'm going to let slowly my body adjust, and then inhale, releasing gently down. Exhale slowly the right arm, bending the left knee and carrying my torso back upright. Breath in, and then rotating slowly towards the front of my body. One more time, pivoting through my heels, pointing. Make sure that my knees and my ankles, the balls of my toes, the heel of my foot creates a perfect alignment through the arch of that back foot. Are my legs too wide or wide enough? This time, we're going to slowly rotate. So be more aware of the challenge of the position. So isolate slowly into the waist area, and your left hand is the one that's going to lead the position down towards your right thigh, and your fingers are going to slowly come towards the floor, slowly walking through your shin, through your ankles, through your toes, and you can adjust the back foot. The heel, in my case, wants to move a little bit farther back to allow that rotation of the hips until my left hand comes closest towards the ground, under the left shoulder, and my right hand starts climbing up the right leg towards my thigh, towards my hip, towards my waist, towards the sky, and then I look towards the right side of the body. My chin, I know where to place it in any of those places that I know is most comfortable for my neck, and my right hand opens towards the sky. And now I extend deeply, and I feel that my chest is the one that is leading the position. My heart center opens, and I pause for a second. Instead of pushing and struggling, can I stay and I feel how my muscles and fascia and connective energy just releases, and then I'm winding things around my body, letting my mental state. So what am I really able to connect to in this position? What are my thoughts? Can I find a sentiment that might not be related to this moment, but is being brought about by this torsion? Let your last long inhalation, that you really have this body work intention, and let your body exhale and release. Your right knee softens, your right hand comes towards the ground, slowly soften the body. Beautiful. Walk slowly your hands up your right knee, your right thigh, until your body slowly comes into upright position. Exhale. Pivot through your heels towards the back of your body. Adjust. No, both sides might have the same distance between your legs, so you can have the liberty to find your way into this pose. When the body's ready, you can find those hips, then secure that back heel. The right heel is very firm. Listen to your body as your right arm opens wide to the back, and then around through the front of the chest towards the left thigh, towards the left knee, towards the left shin, towards the left ankle. Keeps walking towards the ground if that's even possible. My left hand stays on my thigh, or my knee, or my hip, or my waist, maybe all the way towards the sky, and I actually align my shoulders. Completely relevant. Find that the rotation happens again from that waist, that my shoulders are really moving the chest to expand, and my head is exactly placed, not only physically, but also in other realms, in the perfect position. And so what does it feel like for my body to stay in this position? Not grasping, not holding, not just tightening, to find your body to feel the extension through those fascia muscles, the IT band, right? The muscles that connect. There is a band of muscles and tendons and nerve cords, and of course, fascia, connective tissue that connects your tibia to your thigh and your entire back area, your entire thorax area, IT band, your iliotibia band. When your body inhales, slowly breath in and let your exhalation slowly soften the left hand and your left knee, and your body slowly comes towards the ground, and you can feel your body gently settling. You're going to rotate one more time towards the front toes as your torso raises facing the front of your body, and your exhalation slowly softens. Bring your left leg forward towards the top of your mat. Exhale, deep breath. Allow your knees to slowly stay standing on the top of your mat. I switch just so the camera can see me, and my feet are about hips shoulder distance, and I am gently going to bring my hips to push back. My knees never cross the line of my toes, right? Imagine I'm going to stand standing right in front of a wall that do not allow my knees to cross the line of my toes. My toes are pressing towards that baseboard. So I'm gently bringing my hips back, and I'm really flexing through my glutes, and I find my thighs strong, my back not arched, not twisted, lengthened. And the crown that extends away from the tailbone area, and I lower my hips, not lower than my knees, just about knee height. And my back is as flat as I can get it. So can I find my core muscles, my abdomen, that moves the rib cage forward, and that leads and invites my heart center to just extend out. So that frees my shoulders. If I'm able to lead with my heart, my shoulders have the freedom to move back. Shoulder blades are able to move and contract towards each other behind my back area, chest. The elbows are wide, my jaw draws in. I can feel now the strength. I'm standing or flexing my body strong, closest to the ground, finding one more time, what does it feel to really stand on the ground when my body is ready to find that perfect balance? It's not about force, it's about strength inside. As my body exhales, release my hands towards the floor, release my one knee to the ground, release the opposite knee to the floor, and letting my body exhale, and then walking, if I can, my right knee towards my right thumb. And my left leg slowly moves behind. If I were to sit my right glute on my right heel, is my knee allowing me to do that? Is this far enough? I'm not pushing through my hands. I'm trying not to engage my elbows or my shoulders as much as possible, light through them. My left toes are slowly flexed if I need that extra support. If my body is able to lengthen those toes on the top of my left foot, slowly stretching through that, and feel that my hands, my tip of the fingers, my fists raise my torso forward, not because of my belly, because of my chest. My belly retracts and then holds the expansion as my shoulders shift, and I walk my hands wider if I need to, farther forward if I need to, or closer in towards my hips if I want to add intensity. And maybe my head looks towards the knee, or maybe my head looks towards the sky, or maybe my head just stays in neutral position, facing forward, and I feel the crown of head extending. So what happens into my body? I can determine what is that my body needs at this point, and I raise my energy and then release through my groin area, through those grounding chakras towards the floor, one inhalation at a time. When my body exhales, last long deep breath, feel the body, and then exhale, bending slowly the elbows, so the hands give me support, and I'm going to flex if I don't have my left foot flexed. So my right knee softly comes back behind, and I slide my left knee towards my left thumb. And again, my toes are flexed if I need that support. My right foot extends if I need to stretch slowly more deeply into this position. My hands through the tip of my fingers, through my fists, through the palms of the hands, whichever is most comfortable for my body, without twisting, allowing the belly not to be pouched out, but to slowly support, and raising. elbows and shoulders widen, clavicles open, chin lengthens, look towards the knee, look towards the front of the body, or at intensity looking towards the sky over my eyebrows. And my body exhales with my eyes softly closed. So my drishti, my vision, my point of focus is through my mind's eye. Can I really remain engaged? And so what does it feel like for my body? Is it okay to add intensity? Absolutely. Is it okay to maybe let go on this side a little bit deeper and feel what happens when my body exhales? And can I squeeze through that right glute? And maybe that releases a little bit of the hip flexor, or maybe it helps my abdomen and lower back to engage, and the shoulders widen, and your chin extends towards the sky, and your eyes slowly look over your eyebrows, finding my last two breaths. Again, is just a breath, or can I really re-encounter that sense of exhalation to surrender, and then breathe in and work through your body, all those emotions of the day. And then exhale and release and soften hands and elbows and torso forward, and my toes flex, my knees retract, and I can find my body slowly crossing feet over the ankles. And maybe my body sits around with the hips if that's necessary, or just simply rolls over your feet and ankles to sit back into sitting position or Dandasana pose. And simply in a Dandasana pose, I find that moving my hamstrings or moving my thighs or my glutes, I find that my tailbone area lands deeper into the ground, my toes point, or maybe just my toes need to just flex and open, the pinky really wide and the big toe activated, or maybe my entire foot flexes. Am I even able to hear that about my body? Am I even able to pay attention to that detail in my body? Can I find, again, refocusing my idea of being this body work, right? Is work through the body. We're processing emotions and things that are stuck in ourselves, and we just feel sometimes that we're carrying this extra weight. And then very kindly letting the arms wide outside the shoulders as I inhale, extending the arms. Palms of hands are facing gently towards the sky as I breathe in, allowing my base of the torso, right? Abdomen and lower back slowly connecting so they narrow and the shoulders broaden and my rib cage is lifted, leading with my heart. And as my body exhales, let the elbows bend and bring the hands in as many breaths it takes me into the front of my heart. And I sit slowly into Anjali Mudra. And without any forcefulness, my jaw is not lifted, my jaw is parallel towards the ground, and I lean kindly forward into my thumbs without arching or bending over my torso, just a little bit forward, and see what happens when I stretch through the crown. It's not the jaw, is not the nose, is not the shoulders, is the crown of it extends away from the tailbone. My torso in one single plane moves gently forward and flexes out. And where is it that I need to focus my attention? What is it that my body is telling me, and from which part is my body talking to me? Are my hands pressing against each other so I can feel the activity of my elbows, triceps, shoulders? Let the crown of it and your body, again, bowing kindly. Moving meditation. Can you feel your mind focus, single focused? Observing that every breath is worth it. Your exhalation empties one last time, that your body feels your gut and torso connected, and then kindly raising slowly, slowly. Not because you're letting go, and what parts of your body is not following the movement, and can I allow my hands and shoulders to release and let slowly the torso to just prepare to come down by flexing the knees, adjusting your back, make sure that you're far away from the wall if you're close to the wall, and your knees bend, your hands hold onto your legs, hold onto your thighs, hold onto the back of your hamstrings. Completely irrelevant how deeply you go into the ground, as long as you're slowly and in as many breaths as it takes you, gradually feeling everyone from your tailbone to the base of your spine, that your back is going to be rounded towards the wall. You don't have to touch your legs if your abdomen is strong enough to slowly release, not your neck, Your shoulders and elbows are light. Soften your shoulders and elbows and let your abdomen carry your torso and shoulder blades into the front of your head. Slowly touches the ground. And maybe it helps me if I touch my ears or the head behind my ears to carry my head a little bit farther away from my shoulders. So I extend it and my neck is long. And if my atlas or first vertebrae is longer towards the sky, towards the ground and farther away from my hips, then I can feel my spine lengthening. I can feel how my belly button area sinks and my shoulder blades come towards the ground. And then gradually, when my arms are in that perfect position, wherever they are, resting on my belly, resting on the sides of my hips, open very wide outside my shoulders or above the shoulders, completely relevant. Take one leg, whichever one it is, and pay 100% of my attention as the right or left leg stretches out towards the ground very softly, and observe it. Feel what it feels like to move that leg. And what are the joints? What are the muscles? What is the flow of the energy onto that leg? What does it feel like to extend? And why did you start with that leg? Is that usually your stronger leg, the one that you favor? Just information. There's nothing to correct. There's nothing to change about that. Just think about what is your leading leg. And maybe the opposite side prepares. And you intentionally pay attention and feel, what does it feel like for your toes, for your ankle, for your knee to stretch, to move the hip, to move that opposite leg into the ground. And you stretch and relax that opposite leg. And how close or far apart do your heels and feet need to be from each other? Can I, for just a few seconds, that instead of holding, right? I tend to hold my feet, my toes, my thighs. I'm going to let them roll in wherever most comfortable position they feel like rolling into, as if I were sinking deeper into the ground. And I use my breath to release the abdomen and the chest and the shoulders and shoulder blades and the triceps and the elbows and the forearms and the wrists and the hands and fingers are able to, at the same time, imagine that you're melting and sinking and releasing all the weight, all the heaviness that you may have carried in your body, physical or emotional. Let all that for a few seconds to be released towards Mother Earth. And Mother Earth is just the hand, the embrace of that divine mother embracing. And there's nothing that makes Mother Earth impure. Quite the contrary, it is like bringing light into darkness. Darkness cannot make light dark. Light brings its own brightness. So letting gracefully and kindly to soften lips and tongue and jaw and facial expression, eyelids and eyebrows. What is that lingering thought or memory or issue? Can we embrace it? Just place it in a very loving space. And as if you were just placing a beautiful flower, holding that thought in the form of a candle on a surface of water. Place it gently and lovingly and let it float away. and focus your attention in the love that you put into letting that go, into the relationship that you build of caring and grace as you kindly observe and honor the lessons of our life. The most caring energy in your body that's softly reactivate as breath or pran or life force enters our body. So what is it that we're inviting into the body as we breathe in and inflating every part and let it soak into every corner of the body and let go of the old stuff. If there's anything there that still needs to be released, unconsciously or not, surrender that and take movement as you bring the energy that manifests as movement into your legs, into your arms, into your chest, into your back, into your glutes. And exhale. Maybe it's your facial expression that activates. Maybe your arms that move and stretch. Maybe it's your legs that come closer towards each other. And as if you're just stretching and lengthening your body as much as your body and your space allows it. One last time, can you freely extend? It doesn't matter which side or if it's a twist or an extension or a roll, let your body just engage. And as your body exhales, bring your knees to come in. Your body softens gently to your neck and spine. Your legs contract over your abdomen as you're inhaling, always following your breath, and your fingers exhale behind your hamstrings and calves. When the body exhales, slowly press with your legs against your fingers and rock softly your body into sitting position. Very gentle. Let your legs slowly carry your body into sitting pose. And then find your legs extended, one leg extended, the other one leg contracted, both legs contracted into easy cross-leg position, half lotus position, full lotus pose. It doesn't matter. Find yourself in a place where you find your seat. And so, what are you taking with you from your yoga practice today? What are the things that you have actually meditated or learned or observed or realized in this moment? Can I allow my hands and arms to open wide and then extend again as if I were leading with my heart, and open the arms towards the sky until my hands touch and the elbows are able to exhale my hands into that prayer position in front and through the midline of my body into my heart center. And from my heart, allow that your breath guides you into embracing a sensation or feeling, a memory, an experience of harmony, of peacefulness, that you get to define today what is your truth. And may that truth guide us into deeper and closer relationship to selfless, divine love. So much. Let's see who's there today. I can't see you guys, but I can, I mean, I can see you because I'm not in the screen, but let's see. Gallery, there you go. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Mohan, Ursula on 2 videos. Harold and somebody else behind him. Not his
Thank you,
cat.
Rafael.
Thank you, Julita. Oh, Jerry's there. He's awake. Great.
We'll see.
Ursula's still awake too. I don't know what she's doing. Past her bedtime. Thank you, Mohan Prabhuji, for being there.